How much child support does a parent have to pay when they have their children living with them at least half the time? Hi, my name is Thomas O'Malley. I'm an experienced family lawyer in Durham Region. Joint parenting arrangements in which children spend half of their time with one parent and half of their time with the other parent are increasingly common in Ontario. This definitely affects the amount of child support that a parent must pay to the other parent. Section 9 of the Child Support Guidelines specifically deals with the payment of child support in joint parenting arrangements. It states that where a spouse exercises a right of access to or has physical custody of a child for not less than 40% of the time over the course of the year, the amount of child support ordered must be determined by taking into account, first, the amount set out in the applicable child support tables for each of the spouses, 2, the increased costs of shared custody and arrangements, and 3, the conditions, means, and needs and other circumstances of each spouse and of any child for whom child support is sought. So Section 9 requires a two-part determination. First, establishing that the 40% threshold has been met, and second, where it has been met, determining the appropriate amount of child support in any particular case. When does a parent have physical custody of a child for 40% of the time or more during the course of a year? That's a very important question that must be answered. A parent will often want to reduce the amount of child support they have to pay for their kids when they have physical custody of their child for a significant amount of time during the course of a year. Section 9 of the Child Support Guidelines requires a parent to have physical custody of the child for 40% of the time or more during a year. But how does a parent figure out whether they have a child living with them for 40% of the time or more? Proof of 40% of physical custody of a child lies on the parent who is paying child support to the other parent. Generally, a parent should count days as opposed to hours to determine whether they have physical custody of the child for 40% of the time or more. The actual calculation of the amount of time that a parent has physical custody of her son was discussed in a recent case. This case provides helpful guidance for parents in determining the 40% threshold question. In this particular case, the son's summer vacation period lasted for 9 weeks. The parents split each week with their son during the summer vacation period, so that the mother's share of the physical custody for the summer was 4.5 weeks. The mother had the son for 1 week during the 2-week Christmas vacation and half the week during the March break. During a 20-week period, the mother had physical custody of her son from Friday after school until 8:30 or 9 a.m. on Monday morning when school started. The mother had the son for approximately 65.5 hours during these weeks. The child judge credited the mother with 3 days of physical custody of her son, although the total number of hours was slightly less than 72 hours. During the other 20-week period, the mother had physical custody of her son from after school on Friday until Saturday at 4 p.m. The trial judge credited the mother with 1 day of physical custody of her son during these weeks. The mother had physical custody of her son on Tuesday of every week from after school until she returned her son to school the next morning during a 40-week period. The trial judge credited the mother with 1 full day, although the actual 17.5 hours was less than 24 hours. In summary, the mother had physical custody of her son for these number of days. During summer, Christmas, and March break, she had her son for 42 days. For long weekends at 3 days, that amounted to 60 days. And for short weekends at 1 day, that amounted to 20 days. And for Tuesdays at 1 day, that amounted to 40 days, for a total of 162 days. The trial judge concluded that the mother had physical custody of her son for over 44% of the time during the course of the year, so that the mother satisfied the 40% threshold test. The next question is the calculation of the actual amount of child support payable in a shared custody situation or arrangements. I will discuss that important issue in another video. Make sure you spend some time with your family lawyer discussing this important issue in your separation or divorce. If you have any questions about your separation, divorce, or family law case, and you'd like our help, there are a few ways to contact our office. You can leave a message on my Facebook Law Office page, visit my website at www.canadiandivorcelegalaladvice.com, or call me directly at 905-434-8837. We would be happy to speak to you. Oh, by the way, did you know you can protect your family law rights and get essential information on settling your family law issues with your former spouse with the daily indispensable family law advice and tips on my free Facebook group? Go to Facebook and search Durham Region Separation and Divorce Legal Support Group in the top search bar. You'll find the group and join it. Thank you for watching this video.